Hi, welcome to another Number and Measure Award Level 1 revision video. So we're going to start with some measurements questions. So first of all, we've got to work out 4 meters and 50 centimeters, add 3 meters 90 centimeters, add 5 meters 55 centimeters. Now what I'm going to be tempted to do here is just to write all of these values just in centimeters. So one thing that is worth remembering is that there are 100 centimeters in 1 meter, and because of that we can write 4 meters 50 centimeters as 450 centimeters, 3 meters 90 centimeters as 390 centimeters, and 5 meters 55 centimeters as 555 centimeters. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add these values together. So 450 add 390 add 555. Okay, so that gives me a total of 1,395 centimeters. Now in a question like this it may ask you to write your answer in meters and centimeters like the values in the original questions. So to convert this, then what I'm going to do is think, okay, well, how many centimeters are in 1 meter? So again, that's 100. So I've got the 95 centimeters and 13 meters. So effectively what I'm doing is I'm dividing there by 100 to do that conversion. Okay. In the second question, which is similar, but we've got kilograms and grams, we've also got this part here where we've actually got subtraction in there as well. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to say the key fact that I want to know here is that there are 1,000 grams in 1 kilogram. So 5 kilograms for 300 grams could be written as 5,300 grams. We're going to add on 2,450 grams because that's the same as 2 kilograms 450 grams. So that's going to be my first step. So let's just write that out. Okay, so again, let's not be a hero with this, let's just use a calculator where we are allowed to use a calculator. Okay, so the first part of this I get 7,750, and that being grams, or 7 kilograms 750 grams. What I can do then is I can then subtract that final amount. So in grams that's going to be 3,800 grams. So again I just need to do a subtraction here. So subtract 3,800 and that gives me 3,950 grams. So again, there's my answer in grams, but we want to turn that back into kilograms and grams. So I can see there'd be 950 grams there and 3 kilograms. And again, I'm using that key fact there to help me do that conversion. Okay, so there we have it for that question. Let's have a look at another. So we've got to order the following. Now when we're asked to order, we do need to pay attention. Are we ordering smallest to largest or largest to smallest? Or we may be asked about ascending and descending orders, but we are going to do this in increasing value. We're going to start with the smallest value. So here I've got 6 decimal values. I notice that some of them, like the first one, have 1 digit after the decimal point, whereas others have 2 digits after the decimal point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some placeholder zeros to some of these so that all of them are written to 2 decimal places, so have 2 digits after the decimal point. And that's just going to make things a little bit easier to compare. So let's start by identifying our smallest number, and to help with this let's think about our place values. So I've got units, tenths and hundredths there. So I can see that actually that final value has no units, no tenths, but 4 hundredths. So that looks like it's our smallest value. Okay. Now the next smallest, looking across, is going to be the first value on our list, our 0.40, which you can just write as 0.4, which is just 4 tenths. The next smallest is actually the next one across. I've got 0.44. So that's 4 hundredths and 4 tenths, or 4 tenths and 4 hundredths. And then I can look at these others. So I've got 4.00, 4.04 or 4.40. So the smallest of those is just 4, because that's just 4 units. So So that can be written as 4.0, always originally in the question. And out of these last two, my next smallest is 4.04, and the largest is 4.4. So they're now in ascending order from the smallest to the largest. And what we could do actually, potentially, if we wanted to, is to use some inequality notation here, just to show that order. There we have it. So we've got a second question, and again we're going to place these in value from the smallest to the largest values. So increasing size. So what I've got here is I've got currency, so I've got some in pounds, some in pence. So let's just change everything so they're in the same. So we could either put them all into pounds or all into pence. I might just actually put these all into pence. Okay, so I'm not going to change the ones I already have. So I can see here that my smallest value was 79 pence. Okay, so I'm just going to cross that one off actually, and I could have crossed off the others with the decimals. My next smallest is going to be my £1.23. So rather than writing the kind of converted one, I'm writing in the original. My next smallest is my £2.31, and I've then got my £3.12 and my 321 pence. So that's put them all into order. Final question here, we've got a question about calendars. These are very common on the number of measure papers. So I've made a calendar from June 2016. I have no idea if I've actually lined them up with whether the 1st of June 2016 was a Tuesday or not. It doesn't really matter. What day of the week is the 22nd of June? So we can see the calendar we've been given is only partially completed. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to carry on with this calendar. Okay, and make use of the rest of the grid that they've given us. So I'm not doing anything fancy here, I'm just being patient and going through everything. So I can see the 22nd of June looks like it is on a Tuesday. So just ask what day of the week it is. So in part B it says Olivia returns from a 2-week holiday on the 11th of June. So let's just identify the 11th of June here. What date? So what was the date that she left? So date, we want to know, you know, not necessarily was it a Friday, but we want to know what number the date was, what month the day was, what year the day was, that kind of thing. So if it's 2 weeks for the holiday, and that's the date that she arrived back, then we need to look for 2 weeks before that. So I can see that 1 week before that was the 4th, which was a Friday. So really I need to keep working backwards. Okay, so what I'm going to do is think, what was the month before June? So the month before June is May, and May has 31 days. Okay, so there's rhymes to do it, or you might use your hands. Some people use the knuckles. I'd suggest if you don't know that, look that trick up, it's a good one. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to write 31st, 30th, 29th, 28th. So I can see that that's 1 week before, just there. 2 weeks before would be the 28th of May 2016. And if I really wanted to, I could say it's a Friday. Okay, so there you have it. Hope that's helpful to you. Thank you for listening, and good luck.